for three. You betcha.
The pass to Miller outside three. Good. Big block by Olsen.
Fryer in the paint. Now to Holzer. Left corner three. Bang! Bang! Oh!
Ulster Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on your live event.
And welcome to the final day of the North Dakota State Wrestling Tournament here from the Fargo Dome. Chase Miller and Doe Joyce with you here as we have coverage of the Central Canson alongside South Border Mustangs quarterfinal round duel. Here's the schedule for today. You have quarterfinals at 12 today going on right in front of us, and then the semifinals and consolation semis will be at 12:30, and 3 o'clock will be the 3 p.m. will be the place matches and the championship matches as well. That is both the Class A and Class B duels. The South Border Mustangs back-to-back as state runners up there in search of their first championship from the dual format since 2018. Well, for the Central Cass Squirrels, they come in unseeded going up against one of the better teams here in the state of North Dakota for Class B dual wrestling. Chase Miller and Doe Joyce with you here. And Joe, when you take a look at this one, Central Cass and South Border, I guess, is there one particular weight class or one particular area that's going to stand out once we kind of get through these duels here this morning?
Yeah, well, obviously the Central Cass Squirrels were drawn in, and they got drawn in at the best spot you possibly could. So what weight class are we starting at here?
138.
138. So, I mean, we definitely have a potential matchup between Marshall Lindgren and Jake Deutsch at 145 pounds. Marshall was state champion yesterday, and Jake finished third.
As we will keep you apprised of what's going on throughout the day here again at 138 for the Central Cass Squirrels, and alongside the South Border Mustangs right now, Kaden Graber at 138 here for Central Cass as they are squaring off. Tristan Leap for South Border actually going up against Caden Olsen-Tinglestead here. And the one thing about Cade, Jake, if he picks up the win here today, that's going to be pretty monumental for him.
It is. This will be Cade's 100th varsity win. So super excited for that if it was to happen. But we're off to a 5-2 start. He threw him right away, got his three-point near fall, and then gave up a reversal. So he's in the down position, head 5-2.
Tinglestead from Central Cass, 29-9 on this season. Tristan Leap at 16-14 coming here into this state tournament. A little bit different from a few years ago where you would have the duels part of the individual portion on Thursday. They did all the individuals Thursday and yesterday, and now it's just specifically dual. So a little bit different for wrestlers as well, because sometimes you got to worry about both individuals and dual. Now it's just, hey, I just got to worry about my one weight class and see what the rest of my teammates kind of do, and let's move on from there.
100%. I can't say enough about the idea of separating the two tournaments, letting them focus on just their individual, and then coming back and focusing on just the team. We'll also see matchups in teams now today that we wouldn't have seen if their wrestlers were still having to compete in the individual. People will bump weight classes and wrestle matches they wouldn't have done. So, and
that's what we're going to be seeing here is we're going to get a couple extra points for both squads right now. 7-4 in favor of a Central Cass, as currently working on top a little bit here is Olsen-Tinglestead. Gave up 2 points, but able to come back with a reversal and leads it by 3. 20 seconds left here in period number 1. Weight classes start at 138 pounds. We'll roll on through. You got 8 across the way going on. 4 in Class B, a 4 in Class A. And right now, Tinglestead trying to get to that second period with that 7-4 edge.
Yeah, he's got that leg in, and it's helping immensely. And he's clock ran out right as he was about to turn him.
South Border Mustangs, a team that both on a dual and individual side has had a lot of really good success in Class B. And the Central Cass Squirrels, congratulations goes out to Coach Travis Marr and the girls yesterday winning the first sanctioned state title, and that goes to the girls as well for the Central Cass Squirrels. And here's a question for you, Joe. Will we see the girls ever maybe have their only state tournament, and also might we see girls duels coming up here in 5-10 years depending on how it grows?
Absolutely. I've worked the USA Wrestling Tournament at the Dome in the summer for the last 15 years and watched the evolution of girls wrestling there. It started off with just a couple of teams, and next thing you know, we're running duels, we're running individuals, and they're wrestling as well as the guys. So it's just a matter of time, absolutely.
And right now, Tristan Leap had Olsen Tinglestead on his back for a second, trying to get working with him, but good job by Kanan to get back on his stomach. He does give up 2 points, still 7-6 right now in favor of the sophomore from Central Cass. This one is where all the coaches and everyone it's the team aspect of wrestling right now, because you're so used to the individual portion. If you just take care of business, you do your own thing, but this is a little bit different with all the weight classes. You get your one weight class, try to earn the points, whether it's 6, 4. You obviously don't want to have to give up a forfeit if you don't have to in terms of a weight classes when it gets down to the wire, but this is one where definitely the team aspect comes out in full force.
100%, yeah, and you can, coaches will bump guys weight classes to get better matchups, and like I said, without the duels being incorporated in the individuals, they're more apt to do that now. And by incorporating the girls into where the duels were, it still gives the gap in time that the winning side needs to allow the guys the proper rest before they wrestle again. So
Tristan Leap right now kind of coming up to a neutral position there with Cade as the official calls for a quick stoppage in the action with 32 seconds left here in the second period. Still a 7-6 lead in favor of Olsen Tinglestead. And this is one where if you're Tristan Leap, you've had a better second period a little bit and had a chance possibly for a fall just moments ago, but nice job by Kate to still keep him alive and work out of it a little bit as well.
Yeah, these guys are going back and forth. Emotions are high, energy is high, and 1 minute one's scoring and the next second the other one's scoring. So
a Class B duel, the number 2 seed New Salem, Almont, and Carrington will play the winner of this duel with South Border and Central Cass. That'll be at 12:30 later today. As Olsen Tinglestead had a nice throw down and able to get the 2 points as well, and almost, if he wasn't on the edge of the mat, you might have been talking about a fall.
Yeah, that was an amazing headlock by Cade. He was pushing in hard, and it was right on the edge of the mat, so Cade said, let's go for it and see what happens, and he secured the takedown, but they blew it off the mat.
So you got 4 seconds left here in the period, but nice job by Cade to earn a couple more points and trying to get out of it there for an escape, but can't quite do so quick enough here for a South Border is Leap. Also in Class B, number 1 seed Lisbon going up against Kenmare Bullbells, Burke County, and then number 4 seed Henniger Scranton and number 5 seed Velva here in Class B. So we go to the final 2 minutes here of the 138-pound portion of this duel between Central Cass and South Border. Squirrels with up by 3 right now with Kate Olsen Tinglestead, but trying to get him down to the ground is Leap, and there it is.
Oh.
Leap able to earn the 2 points.
But he hadn't secured the takedown before what would have been the back points. So they didn't give that. Now Cade's working for a reversal here himself.
This one been nip and tuck throughout with 90 seconds left here in the third period. A nice job, as Joe just mentioned there, just kind of looking for that reversal so he gets the 2 points right back. And now working on top is Cade.
Yeah, he just wants to keep him broke down. He's ahead by 3 with 1 minute and 18 seconds to go. Keep trying to score from the top, but at the same time, keep those legs in, keep him from even getting up to his base. Just keep him broke down.
As this is one, again, where all of a sudden you find yourself in a more of an offensive position, and then all of a sudden you find yourself back into a defensive position, and 5 seconds later, and Cade now has a 3-point edge. So you can't worry about stalling, so to speak, but you got to make sure that, hey, if you can keep him on the mat where he is, where Cade is, he can find a way to maybe ride out the last 50 seconds.
I mean, in duels, you have an obligation to try to get bonus points. It's not just about winning your match and moving on like it is in the individuals. But in this situation, the way that each of them had each other on their back constantly, I would just say let's ride this out, keep him flat, and let's get the W and get 3 points on the board.
As right now it would be a decision win here in dual wrestling. A pin is 6 points. Made a decision if you win by 8 or more is 4 points for your team. A decision win, 7 or under, is 3 points, and a forfeit, if you do have to forfeit, 6 points for your opposition. But with under 10 seconds here, it looks like Olsen Tinglestead is nearing in on that 100th career win, as it's 2 down to 1, and that is going to do it. Congratulations goes out to Olsen Tinglestead with an 11-8 win at 138 pounds over Tristan Leap, and alongside earning a little bit of gravy here on a Saturday morning to get his 100th career win here for Cade.
Yeah, that's a heck of an accomplishment for a sophomore. He's still got 2 years left in front of him, so.
And more importantly for the Central Cass Squirrels, early on, able to take the lead 3-0. And how does that change the complexion of a duel once you go later on if you're up by a little bit, in terms of maybe saving a wrestler if someone's a little injured or waiting to see how they're going to do, Joe? How does that change from a coach's standpoint a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, it you know, you the more points you got, the less you have to wrestle. Obviously, when we won the region, when we scored those the pin points, we went up by 12, and so we just didn't even wrestle the last match. We just said we're done. So it's
as Jake Deutsch will come out here, third place in his specific weight class from the Class B portion of the individual last yesterday at the 145 pounds against South Border's Cole Nitschke. Nitschke, an 8th grader. Jake Deutsch, a senior here for Central Cass. And Deutsch early on able to get to 2 points and working up top.
So they must be either bumping Lindgren to 52 or saving him for the next duel.
And this again at 145 pounds in this period, as it's already down to 26 seconds as Jake will work on top. Got the early move to take down to get 2 points. Now trying to work with it here with Cole Nitschke. Nitschke, a familiar name from that part of the world, in South Border, a lot of wrestling as well.
Yeah, brothers and cousins, I'm sure.
As Jake's trying to work the arm right now, and as Nitschke is flat out on the mat trying to roll over, and Jake just trying to not allow him to do so.
Got to post that arm towards the referee's head. Come on, Jake, post it. There it is.
And Jake Knight right now working for the fall here in this first period. And there it is. The fall comes in 1 minute and 2 seconds at 145 pounds. Jake Deutsch earns the fall. And more importantly for Central Cass, they earn the points as well. So all of a sudden a great way to start. You win your first 2 weight classes here, and now you get up over the number 3 seeded South Border Mustangs.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely nice to get out to a 9-0 lead to start the duel. Thinking South Border was looking to go 6-6 in this situation instead of, you know, maybe a decision in the other match. And so again, this is jockeying right here. If it was this individual tournament, it would have been Lindgren and Deutsch in that last match.
It's the old adage of you might not lose a football or a basketball game, so to speak, in the opening 5 minutes, but you can sure win it if you have a really good start. And that's kind of the same here with team duels. But right now, Marshall Lindgren from South Border at 152 pounds going up against Baumgarten Janelin, a freshman here from Central Cass. And Lindgren, the junior right now, working with the early 2-0 advantage. Now make it 4-0 advantage with a pair of takedowns here. Got him more a little bit there as Lindgren trying to earn the pin and get South Border their first points of this duel in this third weight class at 152 pounds. And there it is. It comes at 1:13 left in the first period. So Lindgren able to earn it, the fall here for the South Border Mustangs.
Yeah, he had him stacked up there pretty good, but clearly a senior, lots of experience, freshman. It's
just like that, we were talking about, jockeying for position. South Border able to match with a fall for a fall as we go to our 4th weight class upcoming here. We'll keep you comprised of what's going on in some of the other matches as well, with the Velva Sawyer, or Velva, going up against the Henniger Scranton Nighthawks. You have the Lisbon Broncos against Kenmare Bull Bells Burke County, and also the Holsteins of New Salem Almont against the Carrington Cardinals here in the Class B portion. But right now at 160 pounds here, it's Jace Nitschke, another Nitschke for South Border, going up against Marcus Bifford, a sophomore here for the Central Cass Squirrels. And Nitschke works on top early here in this first period for a 2-point takedown.
Yeah, Bifford's got to get up to his base here. Don't give him the ball and chain. He's trying to work his arm back through and turn him that way. But Bifford's got to get his wrist back, and so he's got to get up right away, peel the belly hand, and get out for one and restart.
As you have Bifford again, a sophomore, against the sophomore in Nitschke. Jason Nitschke had himself a really nice individual tournament as well for the South Border Mustangs. And that's the one thing we saw with South Border. This has been a team that's been knocking on the door the last couple of years, whether it's been in individuals or duels, but a rival down there in the Lisbon Broncos just had their number the last couple of years.
Well, South Border, Hettinger, Lisbon, you go down to that southern, especially western portion of the state of North Dakota, and wrestling's king down there. I mean, you you grew up idolizing wrestlers and wanting to be a wrestler.
Nitschke right now almost working for the fall as he's got Bifford on his back and got him a little bit there in a lock. Up 2-0 right now, Nitschke, but there will be some points coming here. But right now the officials down to the mat try to get the fall, and there it is. 36 seconds left in the first period. Jace Nitschke earns back-to-back pins here, and more importantly falls for the South Border Mustangs, who now take a 12-9 lead.
Yeah, that's so we started off 9-0, and here we are 12-9. It can go quickly, and momentum builds, and it's like I said, it's all about matchups. We got Stone Thornton here from Central Cass at 170 pounds.
So 12-9, the South Border Mustangs with the advantage right now, as Central Cass will just try to find themselves a little bit here in the 5th weight class of this duel. Baxter Sand of South Border, a senior, going up against Thornton here. Stone, as Joe mentioned earlier there, a sophomore.
Stone got in on a good shot, but South Border, he whizzed really hard, that clamped down on that shoulder and got back out of it and up to a neutral position, and now he got the takedown.
And 2 points being awarded there to South Border's Baxter Sand, the senior here working on top, trying to roll over Thornton, trying to get that back to the mat and do what the last two guys of his team has done, which is earn a fall. As this one is coming down, and working with him a little bit again is Baxter Sand on Thornton.
He's got a butcher in where he's got the arms locked up right across the middle of his chest. Stone's going back and forth, but to no avail.
At 113, a fall comes here at 170 pounds. This goes to Baxter Sand. So after 9 straight points by the Central Cass Squirrels, the South Border Mustangs, just like that, answer with 18 points as they now doubling up Central Cass in the team duels at 18-9.
And 3 straight falls, which is a lot of momentum.
And how big is that? We hear about momentum in sports. How big is that in terms of wrestling, whether it's on the individual portion where you have a good, particular bout, or how do you see that here from a dual portion? How big is that, Joe?
I mean, on the front side, right, as you're moving on in the tournament, you get more and more excited. Even if you lose a match and you're moving on the backside, you're getting more and more excited as you continue to win. Same thing with the duels. If your team's on a roll and the points are close and the match is coming up to be your match, regardless of who the matchup's with, it means something more to you when you're wrestling for your team and you could potentially help win the duel. I mean, everybody wants to win for themselves, but when you can win for your team, man, that's a whole nother level of excitement.
For South Border right now at 182-pound weight class, you have Herman Kauk, a junior, going up against Anthony Hooley, a junior from the Central Cass Squirrels as well. It's a 2-0 advantage early for Kauk. Nearly 50 seconds in here to this 182-pound dual match between Central Cass and South Border. Winner will advance to the semifinals. The loser will play in the consolation semis. Both will be at 12:30. We will have coverage for you throughout Central Cass's run, no matter where they finish, right here on your live event throughout the day. 3 o'clock is the place and championship round matches. Kauk right now really working up on the higher side with a 2-0 edge.
He's got Hool broke down. Well, Hool's got to get his head up off the mat and get up. He has a really good stand-up when it comes, but he returned him to the mat pretty good, and Hool's working back up to his base again.
As there's 20 seconds left here in the first period. Kauk trying to get a takedown, but Hool does a nice job getting to his base and not allowing anything to get turned over there. as Herman Kauk is trying to get another couple points here with the last 5 seconds of this first period. And there's the whistle, so we will go to the second period with Herman Kauk leading 2-0 here at 182 pounds.
It's 2-0 match, but Coke completely controlled that first period. So Hull's going to have to get to something here. I think Hull picked neutral simply because picking down, which you traditionally do to get your free point, wasn't working for him in the first period.
Velva and Henniger Scranton with a 30-0 team edge going into 182 pounds right now. And as you mentioned there, Joe, able to get right up there as Hull.
Yeah, he just tried to look for a headlock there. It wasn't there, but.
Two guys just kind of standing up top, working each other. We'll see if someone maybe gets enough opportunity to get a daylight, maybe go for a shoot or try to grab an ankle if he can't work the upper body here, but that's exactly what Herman Kauk's trying to do, work the upper body and get Hull back down to the mat.
Yeah, nobody's looking for a shot here. They're both tied up and looking for over-under hooks, and Anthony tried to throw him at the edge of the mat and didn't work, and Kalk falls on top of him, so they went 2 points and they went out of bounds. They're coming back in. Kalk's on top, Hull's on the bottom. Oh no, they waved it off.
So they'll start in a
neutral position.
Neutral spot here, and both are going to go right back to the upper body and lock arms once again.
Yeah, they got over-under hooks. There's no looking for shots between these two guys. It's somebody's getting thrown.
As we have 60 seconds left here in period number 2, it is a 2-0 edge for South Border, but they have a 18-9 team lead here at 182 pounds.
He's out in a front headlock right now. Looking for a near side cradle, and he's locked it up. Hull's got to kick his leg, and nope, he's going over onto his back.
There's going to be 2 more points added here for South Border.
Yeah, 2-point near fall.
As they're able to get up now 6-0.
But Hull's back to his base, got to get his head up and try to stand up again. But
as it would stand right now, if this would be the final period, it would be 3 points awarded to South Border with a decision win. But Kauk right now still with some work to do. 15 seconds here left in the second period, trying to get up and maybe get out of the reversal, but Kauk right now just kind of putting that arm around him and trying to bring him down to the mat as he does, but he runs out of real estate. 7 seconds here at the 182 pound second period. Kauk and Hull for the Central Cast Squirrels. If you're just joining us, Central Cast able to earn the first 9 points. Olson Tinglestead with a decision win, and then Jake Deutsch with a fall at 1 minute and 2 seconds as we'll end to the third period. Then after that, Lindgren, Jace Nitschke, and Baxter Sand all with falls for the South Border Mustangs. That's where we're at a 18-9 edge here for the Stangs. And now a great opportunity here with Hull to start on top in this third period to try to earn a couple of points here quickly, trailing at 6-0.
He hasn't had an opportunity to find out what it's like to be on top, right? So why not take it? Maybe he can get a turn or something. I mean, really, you just don't know. That's and he's hasn't been in control for the first 2 periods. So start in the top position and see what you can do. He's trying to work a chicken wing back on the side right now. I can tell you for a fact that Nitschke's corner is telling him he has one job and one job only, and that's to get that extra point, because you don't just get to win for yourself. You got to win for the team, and the team needs 7 when you're ahead 6-0.
It's that type of a deal, and it's the same thing the other way here. If you're Hull, you don't want to give up the extra couple points to be
100%.
a major decision. So it's an interesting time here. There is a 1-point escape. So there it is, 7-0 right now. And now both wrestlers in more of a neutral position, and go figure, going back for that headlock there and trying to work the upper body with a minute left in this third period.
There's one way to change a match in a heartbeat, and it's to hit a headlock. It's not an easy thing to do at this level, though.
And Hull will try to get something quickly here and try to earn something down to the mat for a potential fall. And on the opposite side, if you're Kauk, if you can get a 2-point takedown, then it's going to be a major decision and 4 points being awarded. But there goes a little shoot right to the leg.
Yep. Yeah, he's got to get to that 8 points.
Clock down to 30. Hull now working on the mat, going down to a knee was Kauk as they work to the edge of the mat right now, and the official's going to blow it dead with 28 seconds left here in this third period.
And there's Kauk's coaches in their corner telling him, you need another takedown. You got to get another takedown. They want the major.
As Kalk right now leads it 7-0 here at 182 pounds.
Hool's got it. Ooh.
Hool's trying for the takedown, but Kalk did a nice job for the answer. He gets the 2-point takedown here and now leads it 9-0. And as this result would hold, it would be 4 more points coming to the South Border Mustangs as they're going to blow the whistle here at 182 pounds. So 182 goes to Kalk, and that's going to be a major decision here as now the South Border Mustangs lead it 22-9. That one, though, we haven't seen a lot between these two teams, Joe, of going the distance here. You know, it's been a lot of early falls. We haven't seen it get out of almost the first period at all. So that one kind of reminds you of what it felt like the last couple of days watching individuals where you get 2 good, evenly matched wrestlers going for 6 minutes here.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's another thing is that your coach is put out there, and it's a 50-50 match. You don't want to risk losing those points. So if you can bump one guy and trade 6-6 and get out of that scenario, that's what coaches do in the duels. So
as we go now to 195 pounds here between the Central Cass Squirrels and the South Border Mustangs, you have Garrett Haugen here for the Squirrels going up against Daniel Schumacher for South Border. Schumacher, a sophomore, and Garrett, a junior here for Central Cass. As it's a 36-6 edge now on the Henniger, Scranton, and Velva matchup right now in the Class B duels.
They just hit a big headlock for a pin to get on the board. It was 36-0. So hopefully Velva's, you can see the energy on Velva's bench that just shot up there.
Lisbon Broncos with a 14-3 edge over Kenmare Bowbells, Burke County at 170 pounds. But back to the mat number 6 between Central Cass and South Border. Haugen and Schumacher still scoreless 60 seconds into the first period.
Yeah, Schumacher just got in on a really nice single and took him down at the edge of the mat. So it's 2-0 Schumacher now over Haugen.
As all of a sudden going back to Joe's point about, a little bit of rhythm as we're going to have a little bit of blood time here and an opportunity for us to take a potential quick break as they take a look at these wrestlers. We will step away for a quick 30 seconds here. It's the State Class B dual portion. It's Central Cass and South Border here on your live event.
You may know that Big Tex Trailers already offers you industry-leading features like mega ramps, HD suspension, and the all-new hydraulic dovetail. Every time you hook on, know that your Big Tex is up for the job. See Bloomfield Enterprises in Hillsboro to find out what owning a Big Tex can do for you. Shop the full line of Big Tex products from ATV trailers to goosenecks to dump trailers and more. Visit your Big Tex dealer, Bloomfield Enterprises, Hillsboro. Contact him at 701-430-0877.
After the quick 30-second blood time, we're right back at the 195 pounds here. 2-1, we did get an escape by Haugen as we come back here. South Border with the 2-1 edge, and that's something to knock on wood. We haven't really seen a lot of blood time in any of these matches. Nothing has really been stalled too much. It's just been whistle and go.
Yeah, no, it's you're right. There hasn't been any injuries. There hasn't been any blood time. There hasn't been any of that. So that's good. That's what we're here for, to wrestle and have fun and let the strongest teams and the readiest teams win.
22-9 right now, South Border with the team win. We were just saying before the blood time about how Central Cass opened this duel with back-to-back wins with a decision win by Olson Tinglestead, his 100th, and then he had the fall from Jake Deutsch at 102 in period number 1. But since then, it's been all South Border. They've been able to earn a couple of nice wins with falls, but also the major decision last time out as well with Kalk.
Yeah, that's the other thing is you got portions of your lineups usually too that are stronger, right? Because they end up being practice partners with each other in the room. So if you got a really strong guy at a weight, the guy below him and the guy above him are probably going to be strong, if not really strong as well, simply because they're practice partners. So you go through in duels, especially usually chunks of spots where boom, boom, boom. So we're gonna get stronger here as the duel goes on in Central Cass. I can promise you that.
Schumacher right now working up top on Haugen. Haugen trying to get the reversal and get out of it, trailing it by 3 right now, 4-1 with 90 seconds left here in this second period.
Yeah, Haugen's got to get his head up off the mat, work up to his base, get some hand control, and get out. There, he's out. He just has to Pop out. Oh, come on, Haugen. Get out. Don't grab that leg. Get up to your base and stand up. There you go.
And
there, he's out.
There's going to be the 1 point. So now trailing it by 2 is Haugen, as both kind of going back to our 182-pound weight class, both kind of working the head right now and getting those locks in.
Yeah, they're two like a couple of Rams locking up. Oh, Haugen went for a headlock and missed it, but they went out of bounds.
Class A going on as well here. So 8 mats. It's wrestling all around, just like what you saw yesterday on the individual portion. And same for day number 1 of this state wrestling tournament here in North Dakota. Joe, for yourself, do you like that the duels are separate from the individual from a couple of years ago?
1,000%. If one good thing came from COVID last year, we separated the duels out to last day, and we'll talk another time, but there was a lot of matchups we saw in the duels last year on that last day that we wouldn't have gotten to see. Undefeated state champion that bumped from 106 to 13 to just try to score more points for his team. They would have never done that if that kid was still trying to wrestle for a state championship in the individuals. So, and like I said, adding the girls in for where the duels were still gives that space that they need for their time to recover and whatever to get ready for their next match. So.
As Schumacher gets a 2-point takedown here at the end of the second period.
He's got double chicken wings in, and he's going to try to walk the head, but time ran out.
6-2 right now, Schumacher. And again, going back to scoring here in duels, 7 or under, he earned 3 points by a decision. So Schumacher trying to get those extra points on the opposite side for Haugen in a similar position, trailing it by 4 right now with just 2 minutes left here in this third period. He has a chance to work on top to start this third period.
Yeah, he's reaching back for trying to get a switch. Grabs that far leg and comes around, and there it is. He hooks the back leg. They should give him 2. There it is. 2 reversal.
So 2 for Schumacher. Daniel, again, a sophomore for the South Border Mustangs, making an 8-2 advantage right now.
He's working the wrists. Haugen's got to get his wrists back if he's going to get to his base and try to get up and out. He got 1 wrist back.
As all that Schumacher at this point needs to do is try to have an opportunity to just keep riding it out. And Haugen's going to have to try to come back with a big move here as time is trying to ride out. But first and foremost, got to get out of that grip.
Yeah, but if Haugen can get 1 more set of back points, he can give them that major that the coaches are asking for. So he's got to keep working to try to score. Haugen's got to not get scored on.
Schumacher still riding on top. 50 seconds and counting here in this final third period at 195-pound weight class in this duel between South Border and Central Cass. It's the quarterfinals here this morning. The next round will start at 12:30 in the semis.
He's locked up a near side cradle. Question is, can he pull it back and turn it over?
He's working on top again is Schumacher, trying to get that balance enough and the weight to bring him over.
Yeah, it's locked. He just needs the momentum. There it is.
And now the count is on as he's got him down on the mat. Schumacher trying to earn the fall, but he will get points. 3 near fall points coming here for Schumacher.
3 near fall. So that puts the margin at 9, 7, 6. Time's going to expire here, and they're going to get the major.
So Schumacher with the 11-2 win, and for the South Border Mustangs, able to earn another 4 points as they will lead it 26-9 here after 195 pounds. The weight class started at 138 here in these duels. So we'll go to the next weight class here for Central Cass and South Border, as on mat number 8 right now, it's a 36-12 advantage. The lead for Henninger Scranton. As we go to back to mat number 6 right now, Shane Nitschke of South Border against Ryan Stafford here for Central Cass. Stafford, the junior, Nitschke, the freshman here for South Border at 220 pounds.
Did you say Nitschke?
Another Nitschke. Yeah, they could have a team by themselves. They could have their own town and team.
That's got to be a hard family to get fed. That's a lot of big boys.
It reminds me of Caruth from Ellendale Edgeley Column.
Absolutely.
There was the same thing that was kind of going on there.
3 Caruth boys, and they're always on the right side of the bracket too. One even picked up the upset and won the state championship yesterday.
Yes, over Hebo.
Anton, over
Hebo,
Hebo, who's a two-timer before yesterday.
Of Lemoore Litchfield-Marion. The Central Cass Squirrels against Stafford against Nitschke. That's at 220 pounds. And neither has earned or drew a point in the opening 60 seconds.
Yeah, they're feeling each other out, looking for some tie-ups, and
we haven't seen too many times that big throw, so to speak, just right on top of the mat. It seems like these wrestlers kind of are, like you said, probing each other out, feeling each other a little bit. You might see enough of each other through some of those tournaments throughout the season, but also you're in different regions, so maybe not as familiar as you would be with the Grafton, so to speak, for Central Cass.
Right. Yeah, no, absolutely. They came to our Letterman's tournament, South Porter did, but outside of that, we didn't see South Porter during the regular season. Stafford sit on a nice shot, but his head was down and he lost control of it, and so now Nitschke's working what we call a butcher, where he brings the elbow across and turns him over to his back, and there he is.
And Nitschke right now, time's winding down as the period's going to be called off right there. Nitschke was trying to earn the fall over Stafford.
He got the 2 takedown, but they said that it wasn't beyond 90 degrees to the shoulders, so no back points.
As they're going to have some blood time here, so we will pause for a good cause as well, heading to the second period here at the 220-pound weight class in the Class B duels.
The City of Hillsborough encourages customers to use electricity wisely through its Bright Energy Solutions rebate program. These rebates help customers save energy and money, improve their comfort, and protect the environment. You can get rebates on Energy Star appliances and lighting, as well as high-efficiency heat pumps and air conditioners. They even have rebates for home electric vehicle chargers. Business customers can receive rebates too. Call City of Hillsborough for more information or visit brightenergysolutions.com.
As we're back here, as Stafford getting attended to, he looks to be all right, as they're going to have to just make sure everything is taken care of, like you would see, for example, in basketball. If you have blood on your jersey or open blood anywhere, you got to be taken out. It's the same thing here with wrestling, whether it's on the singlets, on the mat. They got to make sure everything is taken care of.
And usually when one person's bleeding, they got to get cleaned up. They bled on the other guy, so they got to clean him up and the mat up. So oftentimes, and that's why you'll watch, they'll cut off blood time, because when the kid's blood is actually done and we're ready to go, they cut the blood time, because it still may take them longer to clean up the mats. That's not the kid's fault. So
12-12 New Salem, Almont, and Carrington right now also in Class B duels. Lisbon up 20-3 over Kenmare, Bowbells, Burke County, and 36-18. Velva making a little bit of a comeback here for the Aggies, but right now getting another couple points with the fall is Nitschke, and he is looking for the fall there, and it comes at 1:29 here in the second period.
Yeah, he ran a half Nelson and just put him right over to his back. So caught Stafford, and that was tight.
The fall comes in the second period, and now the South Border Mustangs with a 32-9 edge right now, as we're just about ready to flip it over from more of the heavyweights to get to the more of the lighter weights, I guess you could call it here. But 285 pounds, we got the heavyweights out between Central Cass and the South Border Mustangs here at 285 pounds right now, as the Squirrels will look to get some points going, brewing themselves. Dylan Selly Jr. going up against a senior, and Ashton Peterson.
Yeah, Dylan Sell was a 4 seed in the first hit and had a rough first day. So he's had a whole day to get recovered, and I think he's hopefully ready, excited to wrestle here.
And Ashton Peterson, an awfully good wrestler in his own right here for South Border.
Absolutely, and a senior. That always helps. In on a very nice single and takes Sell down, and he's up 2-0.
As Peterson draws the first points right now, working still on top here on Sell. This is something that we've seen from South Border as of late in the last 4 or 5 weight classes, taking the early lead in the first period.
Yeah, they're definitely fired up when they get out there, and there's a lot to be said about scoring first. I mean, supposedly you get your 1 point escape each period for each guy. So a 2 point takedown to start the match is huge points wise.
As Still trying to work on top and ride him out a little bit. Here's Peterson as they're working at the edge of the net right now, and getting down to a seat is Sell. Sell trying to work out of it, but Peterson just not allowing Sell to get back up to the ground and on his feet.
Peterson's got a beautiful chicken wing in, and he's grabbed Sell's far wrist, which is not going to look good here in about 2 seconds. Dylan, fight that. Oh, there it is. He's over, stacked on his back.
As it's 28 seconds, and there's going to be the fall with 27 seconds left here in this first period. Peterson earns the fall and another 6 points on the pin here for the South Border Mustangs, as South Border now leads it 38-9 here in the Class B duels. All of a sudden, South Border, you look, and they've been able to get a number of falls here, as that is going to be their fourth one of this match working. As now Central Cass and South Border will come right back to the mat here. Urbach drew a freshman for Central Cass against Joseph Keller, an 8th grader here for South Border at 106 pounds.
Yeah, we're back to our young, light portion of the duel, and these kids are a lot more nimble, a lot more looking for shots and grabbing ankles, and
that's what we see right there, trying to take it down to the ground. A nice move there by Keller after Urbach kind of went in for the leg. Able to answer was Keller for a 2-point takedown.
Yeah, he had a nice takedown and then a beautiful mat return after that.
A lot, as you said, agile, Joe. A lot quicker on their feet, so to speak, at 106 pounds. You don't have as much weight to throw around, so you can really make a move and add another move on top of it.
Yeah. Well, and they're young too, right? They're all usually 7th to 9th graders at 106, so they're full of energy, they're full of drive and passion, and they are moving.
Right now, Urbach did get a 1-point escape, trails it by 1 with 60 seconds in here to this first period.
Spladle.
Urbach trying to, and a little bit of a lock right now with Keller. As on mat number 8 right now, Velva looking for the pin over Henniger Strand, also at 106 pounds, and there's the fall.
Yeah, you hit him with the patented spladle, and that you don't know that you're going into it until you're in it, and when you're in it, there's no getting out.
And for the Aggies, that's a big one, as now they trail it 36 to 24 at the team points right now.
That's 24 unanswered points by Velva.
Lisbon up 26-3 over Kenmare Bull Bells Burke County, and it's an 18-12 advantage currently here for New Salem Almont over Carrington. But back to mat number 6, a 3-2 edge right now for Drew Urbach over Keller.
Yeah, Urbach got himself a nice reversal there, right with about 10 seconds to go in the period, which those are the most important points, the ones you get right at the end of the periods.
As we have the lead here for Central Cass, and starting off in that position on top again for the Squirrels. This would be Urbach. Urbach trying to work it on top, not let Keller get back to his feet. Kind of got locked in a little bit here.
Yeah, Urbach's got a nice ride going on. He's got his leg in, his right leg in, so he's trying to work the far side.
Central Cass, after 9 straight points, they've seen South Border match with 38 of their own here by the Mustangs.
He stood up straight when the leg was in, so they called potentially dangerous. They're resetting in the middle.
This coming on will be Urbach again to start on top over Keller.
Urbach's working a chicken wing on the right-hand side. Looks like he's trying to secure the far wrist. If he can get that, he'll try to walk the head. Yep, there it comes.
Minute left to go in the second period.
Big step. No, he's not committing to it yet. He's trying to get it deeper.
As Urbach continues to
There it comes. There it is.
spin him around a little bit. trying to get that
Big
momentum
step.
and bring him over.
Big step. There it is.
And now he has a chance for the fall here as they're counting it out.
Yep.
And there it is. The fall comes with 34 seconds left in the second period. Drew Urbach at 106 pounds for Central Cass earns the fall in the second period for CC, and the Squirrels able to get some points back up on that team total, now trailing at 38-15.
Yeah, that was huge. I mean, if Central Cass is going to try to crawl back into this thing in any way whatsoever, he came out and got scored on right away, and from that point on, it was all him getting 6.
The South Border with Mickelson. Brody will go up against Brady Peterson here, a sophomore for Central Cass at 113 pounds for the Squirrels to start this wake off at 113, and working right away there is Peterson as this one will get taken out to the mat, but Peterson almost was able to get on top and get that 2 points.
Yeah, Peterson had a really nice individual tournament yesterday, finished in 4th place, and that was definitely good for him. Strong kid, and he's in here on looking for a near side cradle. Hasn't secured the 2 yet, but when he does, it'll probably be with back points. There, he got his 2.
There's a 2 points, so an early edge now for Peterson here for the Central Cass Squirrels. Peterson still working on top as right now Mickelson hasn't really had much of anything from working from his own point of view, because Peterson just able to get right on and just kind of able to earn that ride. Now he's trying to toss him over, just that we saw from Urbach just moments ago.
Yep, he's working a butcher here where he grabs the elbow and twists and basically puts him straight to his back with his own elbows across his own chest. So he did get a flip-flop and got a 2 count, so that was 2-point near fall. So he's now up 4-0 and working that same move again on the top.
Something a little bit different. We were talking about, South Border getting some early points in the first period. Well, we've seen that with Urbach, and now we're seeing it here as well for a Central Cass with Peterson. Yeah,
Central Cass is strong in their lower weights, and they all wrestle each other, and they're all making each other better for sure.
As right now, Peterson is going to get some more points coming here and trying to work the fall before this first period comes to a close. There it is.
Yeah.
The fall comes with 8 seconds left in the first period, so Peterson will earn back-to-back falls in the third one of this duel for the Central Cass Squirrels, and another 6 points goes up on that board. So what was at one point 38-9 all of a sudden now is 38-21.
Yep, Josiah Crandall comes in. He was the 3 seed in the tournament too, so at 120 pounds for Central Cass. So we could be getting closer here.
Awfully a big one here for Central Cass in terms
of
they
have to have this match for
the,
sure.
the dual portion without question.
Still down 17, 38-21.
As Riker Vetter from South Border, an 8th grader, going up against Crandall, a junior. There's going to be 2 points awarded here to the Squirrels and Crandall for the takedown. 30 seconds into this first period. Crandall trying to work that ankle and trying to escape it as Vetter, but Vetter just unable to get out of the clutches there of Crandall. They're working at the near edge, and when you're someone like Vetter, you're trying to maybe get it out of the edge to get back to an opportunity to kind of find your footing a little bit on the opposite side. If you're Crandall, you're bringing him back because you understand you're so close to maybe earning another couple points or possibly one move away from another fall here for the Squirrels.
Yeah, everything. I mean, he's got him broke down right now for sure. He's looking to, he's going to try to lock up a cradle.
Under 50 seconds left here in this first period. Still working on top there is Josiah Crandall here for the Central Cass Squirrels.
Comes the near side cradle, or he's trying to at least lock it up, but again, they're on the edge of the mat, so they're going to go off.
Is Vetter able to get off the edge of the mat with 38 seconds left in the first period. Henninger Scranton with a 36-24 lead over of Velva. It's 38-9 Lisbon over Kenmare, Bull Burke County, and 27-12 New Salem Almont over Carrington, the Class B dual quarterfinals. And right off the whistle here, Crandall again trying to work on that right-hand side here of Vetter.
Yeah, looking for an arm bar. Keep him broke down to the mat.
Currently a 2-0 edge here for Central Cass. And Crandall stepping up now is Vetter, and then we're going to get a potentially dangerous whistle. 4 seconds left in the first period here as Crandall and Vetter will close off this first period, and Crandall has a 2-0 edge. It's been the old.
I mean, it's 38-21. If Central Cass could get a pin here and put it to 38-27, that's 11 points with two weight classes to go. It's still mathematically possible.
It gives you a chance, but what you're telling me, Joe, is that Central Cass needs to earn some falls the last 3 weight classes here to come back after trailing at 38-9.
100%. But hey, it's still a duel at this point. That's the best part of it all.
Still have an opportunity, and again, you can earn 6 points as well with the tech fall. That's something that we haven't said here at all. 5 points, so that would still keep you alive if you did earn the tech fall.
Yep, if one of those was a tech fall, yep, we could tie, and then it would come down to criteria, which would be numbers of falls, but I think they would have that.
Right now, Central Cass working up top here as Crandall.
But maybe not if we had to get 3 in the last.
Working there with Vetter. Vetter again finds himself in a similar situation in the first period on the edge of the mat where Crandall's trying to bring him back into the center and work the body a little bit.
Yeah, I think Central Cass's coaches are thinking Josiah's got to get to work here. He's got to look to score points because we need dual team points. This isn't.
It's Crandall trying to work him around and get the 2, but on the other side, Vetter trying to grab a leg and try to reverse it here.
Yeah, that was smart of Vetter to grab that leg when he did.
Now Vetter trying to have the position as he's got Crandall a little bit of a lock, but then Crandall comes right back and works on top of Vetter. Under 50 seconds here in the second period. Crandall trying to roll him over as Vetter's doing a nice job defensively, just making it tough for not allowing Crandall to get him down.
There he's got him.
But now he's got the opportunity.
But he's going to get some back points, then we're going to go out of bounds. They're giving him a lot of leeway because he's keeping his feet in bounds, but they're going to blow it off here in a second, I'm pretty sure.
Period down to 20 seconds. Points are coming for Crandall one way or another. Just a matter of could he finish the fall, but it will be 3 near fall points, and Central Cass with Crandall leads at 5-0 here at 120 pounds over Riker Vetter of South Border.
Yeah, they gave him a lot of leeway on the edge of the mat over there, more than I've seen all weekend. So, but anyway, they're back in the middle, 5-0 with 15 seconds to go.
Crandall with 10 seconds working on top. It looks like unless we get a quick move here, we'll go to the third period at 120 pounds, and that's what we'll do. Third period, Crandall up 5-0 over Vetter, and again, 3 points coming, but back to Joe's point, you don't need the 3, you need the 6, you need the fall.
Yep. And so, yeah, we're up 5-0. If this was an individual match, Josiah would have gone to the down position. But Travis put him in the top position because he needs to score points.
As right now, Josiah trying to keep Vetter on the mat. Vetter trying to spin out of it, but working with the wrists right now, again, is Crandall for Central Cass.
He's looking to do a little.
It's Vetter right now.
He's got a side headlock. He's trying to pull through. Josiah's fighting it off. There it is.
Now Josiah trying to work and put Vetter back on the back that he just had him moments ago to end the second period. This is one of those two for South Border with Riker Vetter. Your main job here, yeah, you might not win, but it's just to make sure that you don't get the fall.
He's got one job right now, and that is not even just the fall, but don't give up any more points than you have to, period. We don't need a hero. We don't need another win. We just need to not give up those bonus points.
And that's one of the things that makes the duel so much different than the individual portion, to your point, Joe.
And when you're not worrying about an individual tournament that's going on currently during it, it gives it more of that dual flavor where you can make those aggressive decisions.
As right now Crandall looks at the clock and kind of looks over at his bench quickly, and the bench is saying it's time to go to work. You got under 40 seconds here. You need to get a move down and then get the referee into the count position to try to earn the fall, but time is winding down under 30 seconds, and there comes an opportunity for Crandall trying to turn Vetter, but every time that you think you got Riker moving one way, he comes back enough with the momentum to try to stay out of that fall position.
He's going to try to drive a near side cradle, and he's got it.
Well, that's what Central Cass needed, but then Vetter able to spin a little bit away.
That's 2 near fall he's got on the mat. He's waiting to give him, and that'll only still be a decision.
3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1
and he
second.
gave up a reversal at the very end, too.
So there's going to be 2 points coming for Red and 2 points coming on the opposite side. So the Central Cass Squirrels earn it with Crandall, but at the end of the day, it's going to be 3 points here for Central Cass with the decision from Crandall.
And that's going to firm up the win for South Border in the duel as well.
So 38-24. So to what Joe is saying for the dual portion is if Central Cass does earn back-to-back falls here, the most points they could get is 36. So South Border has this one in hand in the final 2 weight classes. But still, if you're the Central Cass Squirrels, this is still an opportunity to get some guys up chances to, again, wrestle at a state tournament level, particularly at this dual portion, is Grady Link, a freshman, will come out and go up against a freshman, Brody Hoffman of South Border here at 126 pounds.
Well, and you're right. This is not a one-and-done tournament, so we've got to wrestle again in the wrestlebacks. And so if you could finish the duel with a couple of wins, it'll give you momentum going into that next one.
The Class B dual portion here of the bracket. Central Cass, South Border also on that half of the bracket. New Salem, Almont, and Carrington. The Holsteins with a 30-18 edge over Carrington at 120 pounds. The Squirrels and the Mustangs a little bit ahead right now as it's a 2-0 edge for Hoffman over Lincoln in the opening 43 seconds of this first period. Working on top will be Hoffman, the freshman, 30-11 coming into the state tournament from South Border.
Link's got to peel that hand, and he's got to work to get up to his base. He's got to keep his head up off the mat. And
this one is getting closer to the near edge of the mat. Grady Link trying to come up here and earn the escape, but Hoffman brings him back down and rides him up top a little bit. And there comes it off the mat as the officials will blow the whistle. Right now, Henninger, Scranton, and Velva, it's 39-30. Henninger, Scranton, and Lisbon well in control of their match at 113 pounds right now, up 41-9. South Border, the number 3 seed. Central Cass unseeded. Squirrels right now trying to, as Joe was saying earlier, earn a little bit of some momentum going into what can still be a 5th place finish here at state for duels.
Oh, he got in a nice shot there, and Link Wizard clamped down on his shoulder to avoid giving up that takedown, but he got it now here on the edge of the mat. Yep, there it is.
Hoffman able to get a couple more points, so 4-1 now over Grady Link as we close this first period at 126 pounds. So Grady Link and Hoffman will kind of look at their respective corners, and going in a down position here will be Hoffman for South Border. As Grady Link works him top, trying to bring him down to the mat here. Is working a little bit is Link, just not allowing Hoffman to get out, but Hoffman trying to get that grip away and earn the escape.
I teasingly call Link Gumby sometimes. It's amazing what his body can get stretched into without getting himself into a truly bad position. I can tell you I'd bail out and give up the points before I got twisted the way he gets twisted and doesn't give the points up. But
Brody Hoffman now 6-1 working on top after starting the second period on the bottom. But yeah, Link found himself in a pretty precarious situation where one part of his body was contorting left and the other was contorting right.
Oh, he locked up a cradle for a hot second, but it wasn't enough to get any back points.
We might have to blow the whistle here as they're running off the mat. So working in the upper position will be Hoffman. Midway through this second period, 6-1 Brody Hoffman. It was 38-9, and then Central Cass came storming back. They've scored every point since then. South Border will advance, though, to the semifinals later at 12:30. We will have the coverage of the Central Cass Squirrels Constellation semifinal at 12:30 right here on your live event. Then their place match as well at 3 o'clock later today here from the Fargo Dome.
And I didn't want to say it. I mean, I said at the time, but you go on runs in duels because, like I said, when you get a hammer for a kid, the guys right above him and below him, it rubs off on them. So, yeah, obviously those guys, they went on, South Border went on a run there for 3-4 weight classes in a row, and then, boom, we go on a run for 3-4 in a row. And we got a couple here, and then, we started the duel with those two at 38 and 45 as well. So, and
specifically Nitschke's for South Borders went on a run there. As much as you want to say that's the Mustangs as a team, you can say specifically the Nitschke gang went on a run for that one.
Yes, I would assume that the Nitschkes are tough as nails in South Border.
6-1 edge right now for the South Border Mustangs. Hoffman over Grady Link. Link with some work to do here in the final 2 minutes of this 126-pound weight class in the duels.
Nice high crotch into a dump. Put Link to his back, and he's tightening it up.
And Hoffman right now trying to work it out a little bit and try to earn a fall. Another one here for South Border in this duel if he can. As Gumby, so to speak, right now, Link is trying as best as possible to not allow the referee to come down and blow the whistle. He's got his left shoulder just enough up right now off the match, but Hoffman trying his darndest to bring it down here.
Yeah, it's amazing what he can do to avoid that.
And there it is. I mean, it could have happened a lot earlier, just not even in this period, but in this match. So another 6 points will be awarded to the South Border Mustangs after the fall coming there by Brody Hoffman with 1:11 left here in the third period.
Well, and the funny story is what qualified us for these duels was beating Carrington in the regional championship, and it came down to his match, and he literally had the guy pinned 3 different times, and the Carrington kid literally had him pinned 3 different times, and Kittleson didn't call a pin anyway, and finally Link secured the pin at the very end, but it was a heart attack to call. One guy, the guy pinned, the other one, and they just didn't call him. And that was fine. It was a very entertaining match.
Jaden Johnson for Central Cass at 132 pounds against Matthew Wolf, a senior for South Border, to close off this duel that started at the 138-pound weight class. So we're working our way around to 132 right now. 44-24, South Border leads over Central Cass, and trying to make quick work right now is Matthew Wolf of South Border. 40 seconds in, able to earn a handful of points already, up 4-0. As Wolf still working on the top right now with Johnson trying to get that right shoulder down and in, but Johnson does a nice job of coming back to his belly. But now Matthew Wolf trying to get that cradle going, now back to a little bit of the right arm of Johnson under 50 seconds here in this first period. 39-30, Henninger Scranton with the edge over the Aggies. 36-18, New Salem Almont over Carrington at 126 pounds, and Lisbon well on to their semifinals with a 47-9 edge. And Matthew Wolf right now riding on top of Jaden Johnson, trying to get another fall here for the Mustangs, and he gets it with 27 seconds left in the first period. Fall comes there for Wolf, and this will be a final in this quarterfinal round duel in Class B. A 50-24 win here for the South Border Mustangs. Joe, just what was kind of your thoughts on this one coming in against South Border, the number 3 seed, Central Cass unseeded, 9 straight points for the Squirrels, and all of a sudden, boom, 38 straight for South Border, and then Central Cass did make it interesting, though, down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, we match up well with them in the context that our strength was at a different stretch than their strengths were too. But at the end of the day, you watch the matches, I watched the matches. I think everybody wrestled about as bad as we could. There was an opportunity for some bonus points at on Central Cass's part, maybe at a weight class, but outside of that, South Border, congratulations to them. They're moving on, and I think that they'll have a very good shot in the next round.
We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll keep you updated of the other duels that are going on right now, as all of them are at 120 or 126 pounds. So we will have our official pairings here for the Class B semis and consolation semis in a moment. Also keep you apprised of what's going on in Class A as well. That's anywhere from 113 to 132 pounds over in Class A. Again, your final, South Border with the dual score win of 50-24 over Central Cass.
The Hillsboro Vets Club. It's where Borough sports fans meet after every game. The Hillsboro Vets Club is cheering for the Boroughs and also very appreciative of the community support of all of their fundraisers, their events, and just stopping in to enjoy the social and great atmosphere at the Hillsboro Vets Club. Good luck, Boroughs, from all your friends and veterans from the Hillsboro Vets Club. It's where Borough sports fans and us broadcasters meet after every game.
The team at Maple River Grain and Agronomy wishes the best of luck to the players in today's game. Maple River Grain and Agronomy is proudly serving producers, accessing markets, and building relationships in eastern North Dakota and western Minnesota. They offer a variety of grain marketing and agronomy solutions. See the latest updates by following MRGA on social media. They're active on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Check out the website at mrga.com to learn more about Maple River Grain and Agronomy and how they can serve you and your operation.
Honesty, loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we've remained true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
The Lisbon Public School District ensures that all students will learn, experience success, and be good citizens from elementary through high school. The school staff and community takes great pride in providing meaningful and innovative opportunities for our students who continue to maintain ACT scores above state and national averages. Watch your kids continue to grow within the Lisbon Public School District from the playing surface to the classroom. For more information, go online to lisbonpublicschools.com.
Halstead Telephone knows we all like choices. You can choose to have communication and data services up to 1 gigabit over a reliable state-of-the-art fiber optic network. And you can choose to have the same great services available town or country with local service and support. You can choose to have an individual service or bundle. You can choose to avoid tricky promotional pricing. You can choose unlimited data. The choice seems clear. Choose Halstead Telephone, broadband voice TV. 1-800-457-2125.
As we come back here to the Fargo Dome, we do have a final. New Salem Almont over Carrington, 46-18. So one half of the bracket will feature New Salem Almont, the Holsteins, against South Border in one semifinal. One consolation semifinal will feature Carrington and Central Cass. And Joe, I know you're just mentioning it moments ago there, scoring off in the similar region. So there's going to be no love lost, so to speak, between the Squirrels and the Cardinals later today at around 12:30.
No, and we wrestled each other for the region championship last weekend, and I think they would have hoped that they would have came out on the right end of that, and they didn't. So they're going to be ready to wrestle.
The Lisbon Broncos, well on their way, up 50-9 right now over Kenmare Bullbells Burke County, but here at 132 pounds between Velva and Henninger Scranton, it's 39-33. Henninger Scranton going to the final weight period, and what the Aggies need is a pin, and then you kind of go to criteria after that as we take a look at what's going on here on mat number 8 right now. You have Tui from Henninger Scranton, got to update our track wrestling here as going on again on mat number 8. You have Jaron Frank of Henninger Scranton going up against Sheely of Velva. Velva, Sheely a senior, and you have a sophomore here of Frank for Henninger Scranton.
Yeah, and Sheely's looking for the pin, and if he were to get it, it comes down to a tie at 39-39. The first criteria will be total number of pins. And I don't know at this point which one of them has more, because it seems like every match, except for a handful, have ended in pins. So
without question.
And the first 5 or 6 must have gone to Henninger Scranton, and the last 5 or 6 had to go to Velva. So.
Update for you in Class A, Bismarck High with a 59-18 dual win over West Fargo. They will play either Valley City or square off with Valley City or Dickinson in the semifinals, while on the opposite side, West Fargo will match up with at 12:30 against the loser of the Highliners and the Midgets.
My guess is going to be that Hettinger's got the advantage because they celebrated when their last wrestler only lost by 5 points. Because if it would have been a major, then this pin, if Velva pins here, it would have been a win for Velva.
So you got a 2-2 edge, but you could hear the bench right in front of us from Velva, and there was an opportunity there by Sheely to almost earn and get another 2 points bare minimum, but also possibly even earn the fall. You could see all of them just coming off their feet.
Yeah, and like you said, they are intent in this duel too. So. I don't know who has the criteria. I really don't. So this is an exciting finish to the duel for sure, and both teams are super excited and super into it.
Bottom half of the bracket for Class B, number 1 seed Lisbon will match up with Henninger Scranton or Velva at 12:30 in the semifinals. The loser will go up against Kenmare Bullbells Burke County. All right, now first period coming to a close, tied at 2 apiece here between Frank and Shaden Sheely. Sheely again from Velva, Frank from Henninger Scranton. Well, if there was the old adage of who is number 5 and who is number 4, this one was hit perfectly in terms of final points and the way this match has kind of gone back and forth.
100%, and they match up well in the context that their strengths are at different weight classes, and I'm assuming there was a few coin flip matches just based off of the fact that one guy had one guy pinned, then the other guy had him pinned. They went back and forth. They definitely got this right in the seeding, for sure, 4-5. It's the only duel that's really close.
As the top 5 get seeded, the other 3 are random draws. And I guess that can be something that you can talk about from a state. We see that in basketball as well. You see that in football where they'll see the top 4, then it's kind of more of a regional bracket. Is there anything, Joe, in your mind, should they see the top 8? Are you fine with the 5 and 3 random draws? I mean, how do you kind of look at it from a fan standpoint?
Well, I'm going to take you back in a time machine 10 years ago where in Class B the matchups were determined the year before based off of coin flips as far as what regions were going to play each other. So you could have had the state championship in the first round because of something that happened the year before. So I think it's come a long way up to this point. I don't disagree that beyond 4, maybe 5, it's difficult to establish where anybody else would be. So you randomly draw them in and let the chips fall where they are. I think, like I said, it's come a long. The state tournament's come a long way in 10 years. That's for sure.
As right now, Sheely trying to get Frank down with a minute left here in this second period. Still at 2 apiece between Henninger Scranton and Velva in this 4-5 matchup. Working on top, though, is Sheely. Trying to get him down, but all that you know, if you're a Aggie fan, is you need the pin. You need the 6 points to tie this one up. On the opposite side, if you're Frank, to what you were saying earlier, Joe, you're going to get a big high five as long as you don't get pinned.
Yeah, that was definitely potentially dangerous. Yeah, both these guys have been really good riders from the top position. I've noticed that and been pretty impressed with that. His coach just told him to hit him with a nice crossface to start the period, and he did. He's looking for that. Yep.
So we'll get you an update from Class A here after this period comes to a close. 10 seconds, but here's some near fall points coming. 5 seconds, down to 3 seconds, down to 2, and there's the whistle. But 3 points upcoming here for Sheely. Class A, Minot High, the number 2 seed from the West with a 48-24 dual win over Fargo Davies. They will score off at 12:30 with the either West Fargo Cheyenne or Jamestown Blue Jays out in Class A. So, Joe, as a fan, when you're coming out here, obviously watching Central Cass and right there, but it's always kind of fun to come to a state wrestling tournament like this because there's action anywhere on the mat as we're seeing right now with Frank and Sheely.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I mean, my son goes to school at Central Cass, so I've become very accustomed to Class B now, but I coach tech team wrestling here in Fargo for 10 years, so I've got wrestlers from West Fargo. I got wrestlers at Davies. I got wrestlers at Cheyenne over here. So it's a treat to be able to. I do the PA announcing for the first 2 days. And it's a treat to just sit up here and watch how these kids have grown and become fine young men. Wrestling is a tough sport, and it isn't just about the points that are scored on the mat. It's the accountability and the determination and the hard work that it transcends into life for these kids.
You hear family used a lot, right? Like once wrestling gets in your blood, it stays in your blood, and I've heard that from a number of people throughout the years.
Yeah, absolutely, and generations of guys, the Luras and the Hogarths of Carrington, and the Caruths of Ellendale, Edgeley, Cullum, and Nitschkes of South Border. So they stay at home, and the next generation comes along.
As right now, Sheely up by 6-4 over Frank with 60 seconds left here in this third period. And Velvin needs the pin to tie at 39 apiece in this final weight class. Then it would go down to criteria. But all that Frank is trying to do is just avoid it. But working a little opportunity here is Frank trying to get back on top now over Sheely. Frank has a chance just to ride this one out right now and get Henniger Scranton into the semifinals.
So Sheely was tied 4-4, right? Coming into the period, he chose the top position. Why? Because he needed to, he needed to score. He needed to get those, but to win this duel. That's the only reason he's wrestling this match. If this was on his individual side of the tournament, he would have picked the down position and tried to get his one escape and win the match 5-4. So perfect example of the difference between the duels and the individuals.
As right now, Frank and Sheely kind of got their claws back into each other in a neutral position with 20 seconds left here in this third period. Frank working up top now has had a chance at a little run there by Sheely.
Sheely got up to his feet, got his 1 point escape, and he went for the headlock, and he needed to. So I commend him for knowing the situation and doing everything he can for his team to try to get the 6 points that's necessary to send this to criteria.
So this
now he puts him on his feet.
8-6 edge right now for Sheely. 6 seconds down to 5. Sheely needs to try to get something coming here, but he's going to run out of time, and we are going to be tied at 8 apiece here with 132 pounds. So we'll go to some overtime here of this one.
Well, and the beauty of that is you still have the opportunity to get that pin.
As this one will come through. Both working at each other's ankle and foot area right now. So you get an extra minute here in this overtime.
First takedown wins, though, unless you put him to his back and secure your bonus points.
As Frank right now.
He needs a stalemate call is what he needs. Get a reset.
Trying to get Sheely down there.
Oh, he did. He got it. He got the stalemate call, so they're back to their feet. It was that close to.
He's going for a shot there on the leg, and
he's looking for a twister.
And that's going to do it. Henninger Scranton and Frank will advance to the semifinals. So Henninger Scranton, the number 4 seed, will go up against number 1 seed Lisbon, as all they have to do is put the final points on the board for the Lisbon Broncos, as they have a 56-9 edge over Kenmare Bullbells Burke County. It'll be a final here, 42-33. Henninger Scranton over the Aggies, and that was a good wrestling duel right down to the final weight class set, and you even get overtime, so you still had a chance to tie.
I mean, you do, and it was a fun finish, and it was a fun finish because both guys in that last match truly understood what was needed with those 6 points. So even as he was going to his back in overtime to give up the 2, he went for a twister in the hopes that he could spin him around and put him on his back for the pin. So definitely a crazy finish to that duel, and it was a crazy duel period to end. The excitement was there the whole match.
The top 4 seeds all advance to the Class B semifinals. That'll be at 12:30 here. Number 2 seed New Salem Almont with the 46-18 win over Carrington. Number 3 seeded South Border takes down Central Cass 50-24. 4 seed Henninger Scranton over Velva 42-33. And a Lisbon again in this final weight class with 30 seconds left. They're up 56-9. As that currently stands right now, there will be 4 points coming, though. Bare minimum with a 9-0 edge at 132 pounds here for Kenmare Bullbells County. But again, the Lisbon Broncos, a team that's won 3 straight Class B dual titles. The last team to upend them was South Border 4 years ago. They're well on their way again to try to defend that dual championship here later today from the Fargo Dome.
Yeah, there aren't many Class B gyms in the state of North Dakota that if there's a wrestling duel and a basketball game scheduled on the same night, that the whole town's at the wrestling duel, and the parents of the kids playing basketball are at their game, except for in Lisbon.
It's without question a lot of banners and a lot of proud heritage there in Lisbon. So Lisbon officially wins 56-13 as well. That's going to do it for our coverage here of the quarterfinal round. Again, our coverage of the consolation semifinals with the Central Cass Squirrels and Carrington Cardinals. It'll be at 12:30 later today here on your live event, and we will keep you updated throughout the day as well, and then we will get to our place matches. That'll be at 3 o'clock respectively. Well, Joe, thanks so much for the time, and we look forward to talking to you a little bit later this afternoon after some lunch where you and I can have it. Wrestlers, they got to wait a couple more hours before they can dive into that tub of ice cream or pizza, right?
Yeah, Chase, I appreciate you having me on, and let me tell you, there's going to be a lot of pizza and a lot of ice cream ate after today. There's a lot of kids that have been watching their weight for 3-4 months at this point. So
Central Cass and again Carrington will be coming up at 12:30. On behalf of Joe, I'm Chase. Thank you very much. We're back with you in about an hour for our coverage again for the consolation semifinals here in the Class B state duels.